Hey guys, I'm Lynnie with the Fly Spirit Tarot, and I'm here with the message for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements. This is just going to be a general message, but it's typically going to focus around something that you are attached to or someone, more specifically. All right, let's get it going. Benevolent ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, those that come to us in and through unconditional love only. What are the messages that you have for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements at this time? Virgo. What do they need to know, see, and be aware of for their best and highest good from the time they view this video and moving forward? What do you have for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements? My Earth sign babies, Virgos. Oh, I'm not getting it quite right on this deck here. Let's do a couple more. Let's do a couple more. All right, that's good. At the bottom of the deck, the moon. That's an interesting energy with the Two of Pentacles. Needing to call in more balance, more harmony. Okay. Let's do a 9-card spread for Virgo here. Show me what they need to see, Spirit. Whatever they need, comfort, confirmation, or clarity, let's give it to them at this time. The first card out is the 9 of Wands. Being a little bit guarded, okay? But also being very protected. We have the 6 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, the Chariot, the 5 of Chalices, the 4 of Pentacles, the Stars, the King of Chalices, and the Princess of Chalices. Interesting. A lot of feeling, a lot of emotion. Okay. 2 of Cups as the overall energy. Let's clarify the 2 of Cups. I think what you're looking for right now is a relationship that is kind of rooted in reciprocity. I might need to slow down. I've been stuttering all day. That's more rooted in reciprocity. I don't feel like your current needs are being met. If you are currently in a relationship, I don't think that the needs that you have from a relationship are actually being met. I think that you have a lot more emotional depth and complexity to you than what's being honored in your current romantic relationship. And I don't feel like you guys have been together forever. I don't feel like, I think maybe as far as it's gone is probably some level of engagement, right? Whether it's moving into with each other with the intention of eventually getting married or actually getting engaged or just being in a long-term partnership. I feel like you are willing to devote yourself to your partnerships at a level that other people aren't willing to meet that devotion, okay? When you commit to somebody, you commit to something, you are willing to see it through. And I feel like you were willing to see this relationship through, but a lot of stuff has happened. And I don't think that you know how to trust this person anymore. I don't know if you know how to see this person as you used to see them, right? Without all of the disagreements, without all of the betrayals, without all of the deception or the lies or whatever it is that they put you through, okay? Whatever the situation is that they put you through, whatever you experienced in this relationship, it's just been happening over and over again. And I think that because you committed yourself to this, you were willing to see it through, hoping that someday things would change, right? Hoping that someday this person would meet you where you're at and say, thank you for giving me so much grace. Thank you for, giving me so much love and so much compassion and showing me those things. I'll change, I'll do better. I'll give you what you're asking for. I'll meet you where you want to be met. Okay. This person isn't going to do that. And I feel like you are now at the stage where you realize that. And you might even be realizing that this relationship is a distraction, okay? If the relationship that you're in, I don't care who you are, what you're doing, who you're dating, it doesn't matter. If the relationship that you're in is not pushing you to be a better version of yourself, if it isn't encouraging you to meet and exceed your goals, if it isn't appreciating you for what you bring and who you are right now in this exact moment without having to change a hair on your head, okay, then the relationship may not be for you, okay? And I know a lot of times people say, well, a marriage isn't just about love and romance and all that kind of stuff, but it is about appreciation. It is about showing up. It is about honoring your commitments. It is about, not asking one person to do something that you haven't seemed to be capable of, right? I think that you wanting to meet people in the middle and them not showing up for you has kind of discouraged you or disillusioned you when it comes to love. So even for my single Virgos out there, this is just how I think you see love overall. You think that being in partnership or being in a relationship with anybody right now would be disappointing, okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to be about one specific person. It could be your overall idea about dating. And I feel like until somebody is willing to show up for you with it, like just relentlessly, somebody who has proven their commitment to you time and time again. You're not going to be really willing to let your walls down. And to be honest, I think most of you are like, I'd rather be single than continue going through what I've been going through, whether it's dating in general or with a specific relationship or a specific person. It's like, I'd rather be single. I'd rather just get rid of all of this stuff, accomplish my dreams, do whatever I want to do. And maybe there will be a masculine on the other side who's willing to meet my needs, who is emotionally available, who is willing to cater to me or to care for me or to show up for me in all the ways that I want them to. And I do feel like that is something that is possible for you if you are willing to let your guard down. So this is a message for all my single Virgos. I don't know how far you made it into this video because I was specifically talking about a relationship, but if you are single, I do feel like there is an opportunity for you to meet someone, potentially an earth sign, okay, Capricorn, Lord. Potentially a water sign with this King of Chalices, okay? Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, and with the Princess of Chalices here as well. I think there is someone who does have romantic interest in you, or they will be making that interest known to you very soon. I think you're going to be a little bit skeptical about what this person is offering to you because you have been hurt in the past, okay? I do think that this person is emotionally available, but they are also somebody who... I don't know, they've also been in a period of isolation as well. So that'll mark, how do you know that this is the person that I'm talking about? If you made it to this point in the video, when you meet this person, this is somebody who's also been deeply disappointed in love. They've also been isolated or been in isolation to either improve themselves or to just get themselves, back to a place where they felt like they could love openly again. There are things that need to be eliminated, right? Whether it's obsolete programming, just a way of believing, Prince Charming syndrome, and all that kind of stuff, those things need to be swept to the side. When you're getting to know somebody new and when you're dating, you have to see people for who they are. Now, if they don't meet your standards, they don't meet your standards, but we have to be a little bit more realistic about what we're asking from people, right? If you typically go above and beyond and you're upset because people don't typically meet you there, stop going above and beyond. Stop going above and beyond. And I know that's hard for a Virgo, okay? Because y'all are overachievers and perfectionists and all that other stuff. Stop going above and beyond for people who haven't shown you that they're willing to go above and beyond for you. And I think that's kind of where your head space is. But that doesn't mean to withhold love and affection. It just means don't go the extra mile. Show people that you're interested in them without pouring yourself all over them, if that makes sense, okay? You're ready for a fresh start, a brand new beginning. You want somebody who's honest, truthful, intelligent, somebody who's business-minded. You want somebody who's future-focused, okay? And it looks like you haven't really met anybody who's on your level. Five of Chalices. Why is the Five of Chalices here for Virgo? Why is the Five of Chalices here for Virgo? We got the Princess of Wands. What did I just talk about? Leaving things behind. Any obsolete beliefs, programming, any other old relationships that were disappointing. Leave that shit in the past, because sometimes that can kind of poison our understanding, or Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. That can kind of, and the card in the guidebook says specifically, be careful what you wish for. So some of y'all have been asking for this masculine to come into your lives, this emotionally available masculine, okay, who maybe has gone through a similar journey as you have romantically, somebody who is willing to give you their heart, somebody who is willing to show up for you, and you don't know how to take it, okay? When they come in, you might have your guard way up because you are so afraid of getting your hopes up and being disappointed. Now, when we're talking about the Princess of Wands, we're talking about leaving with the lesson. The flower in her hand represents the lesson. Everything behind her is just, it's being burned away. It no longer exists. It's totally obsolete. The flower in her hand represents the lesson that she's learned from all of the trials and tribulations that she's been through, all of the stuff that she's experienced. She is taking the lesson with her and moving forward, okay? So it's time to stop dwelling in this energy of crying over spilled milk. And I'm not saying, oh, you're so pathetic, oh, you shouldn't, think about the hard things. But what I will say is, when you're trying to enjoy something new, it's easier to do that if you're not always comparing it to what you've already experienced or what you've already had. Give this person a chance to show you who they actually are. Let's clarify this King of Cups so I can see what's going on with him. Okay, I dropped a card here. We got the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Two of Swords. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. What I feel from this is that this person understands that you are not currently emotionally available, okay? Even if you said yes to giving them your number, even if you said yes to going out on a date, They understand that you're not currently emotionally available. They do feel a coldness from you, honestly. But they feel like that they can touch a part of you that people don't normally get to touch. And I'm not being dirty. I'm just saying, like, for real. They feel like if they invest enough time and effort and energy into getting to know you and into developing a relationship with you, that eventually your guard will drop. Okay, and that eventually you guys can create some sort of commitment or some sort of connection. This person might even feel like they were drawn to you spiritually. This person might feel like you guys are soulmates in some capacity. I'm not sure to what level this person believes in all of that stuff, but I will say they feel like you were placed in their life for a reason. Whatever that reason is, I'm not sure. And I think that they're used to dealing with people who are really warm on the inside and kind of cold on the outside. And I think that they can relate to what you've been through because they've had similar experiences. So they understand the need to be patient. Even if it's them that's not totally emotionally available, which I don't feel that way, because I feel like they're the ones who, they're going to be advancing towards you. They're going to be making the moves on you. They're going to be putting themselves out there for you. That's how I feel strongly. And I feel like they can see through whatever you're trying to put up right now. If it's a cold front, if it's whatever it is, they can see through that. And I think that they feel like you just need a little more time. You just need a little bit more investment. What's interesting is that I have all these earth cards out here, all these pentacles out here. So they're going to make whatever affection they have for you, they will make it known. It will be tangible. It'll be something that you can see, touch, taste, smell, whatever. It'll be actual action, you'll be able to notice that they're into you by their behavior. It's not just going to be their words, okay? They're going to follow these things up with action, things that, are taking place here in the real world. You guys might actually be coworkers. You might work together, or they might see the possibility of building a life with you. I'm not sure how well this person knows you, but like I said, I do think that they feel like upon meeting you that you are a little cold, but you just need to be thawed out a little bit. Okay, so don't worry about that scaring them. Don't be so focused on being so open and warm and so receiving when this person comes along that you just pretend to totally drop your guard, and then it goes right back up again once you realize, oh shoot, I was too vulnerable, right? This person doesn't need you to open up to them quickly. I think they like the process of blossoming. Like, they like the process of nurturing someone until they open up. I think they like that. I mean, I wouldn't say make it harder for them, but I think they enjoy the kind of, I don't know, that kind of emotional investment. Let's talk about the Princess of Chalices. We get the Five of Pentacles just dropped out here. Princess of Chalice. Ooh, and another one. King of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Five of Pentacles here. So I do think that maybe you were married before, or maybe you were in a long-term committed relationship. It's also possible that you have children. Okay, if that's not the case, I just see you really wanting to rest in your feminine energy right now. I think that this person is honestly going to make you feel feelings that you haven't felt in a long time. They're going to make you feel very safe and secure, even when things happen that are outside of both of your control. I don't want to speak this into anybody's life, but if you are currently grieving, or they're grieving, or someone is grieving the loss of something or someone in their life, I do think that this person might show up for you in that way. And you may not be used to people showing up for you in an emotional way, right? Being a shoulder there for you to cry on, being somebody that you can vent to, and that sort of thing. I think that this person is going to be able to see you through hard times, basically. Now, I'm not saying anything crazy is going to happen when you first meet this person, but I do think that they will see you through difficult times. I don't think this is the kind of person you might have been in the past left behind or shut out when your partner or your person was going through something. This person is not like that, okay? I think this is somebody who wants to experience the ups and the downs of life with someone that they choose, right? Because if they care about this person enough, then there's nothing that they can't endure together, okay? That's why I will say the mindset of this person is, and I think that's what you're honestly looking for. So for those of you who are like, I'm single, I want to be single, I don't ever want to get married, or I don't ever want to meet anybody again, there is the potential that you will get married again, or that you will find somebody who does feel safe and secure, and somebody that you do feel like you can let your guard down with, okay? This also might be somebody that you were separated from at some point in time through life circumstances, not necessarily through any fault of your own. But for most of you, I just really feel like when life hits, this is not the kind of person who's going to run, okay? This is not the kind of person who's going to leave you behind. And I feel like you've dealt with other people like that before, okay? You haven't been receiving the same kind of love and devotion that you've been giving. And I do think that this person will match that in a lot of ways. And for those of you that this isn't a specific person, I think that your oh my Lord, your perspective and your perception of men is going to change. I think that you're going to have a very significant work relationship or be on the same team as somebody who shows you that men are more than the men that you've experienced, okay? But for most of you, I feel strongly that this is somebody coming into your life. This is somebody that you have manifested, prayed for, whatever terminology you like to use. And when they get there, let them work for it a little bit, but don't shut them out, okay? This is what I have for you, Virgo. I hope that this was helpful, enlightening, or whatever for you in the moment that you needed it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see y'all next time.